What's going on, y'all? Clutch for the Dub, aka BEZ Boy, back with another one. And today we are doing a death battle reaction, Clive versus Dante. Hope all is well. Appreciate y'all for sliding. Let's get watching, bruh. This is a highly anticipated death battle right here. I love both of these characters, and they both have excellent games. By the way, Final Fantasy 16 was amazing. Almost all the Dante Devil May Cry games are great. The little spin-offs were okay, but you know, let's get reacting.
Out there. Cultists, demons, and
let's go from the beginning. This should be an interesting
Dante
battle.
versus Clive.
DMC's Devil Hunter versus Final Fantasy's Shield of Rosaria. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out
I want to say
a death battle.
See, Dante's already damn near. Okay, here's what I think is gonna, or what I'm leaning more towards as far as who's gonna win. I'm gonna give it to Dante.
Cultists, demons, and evil businessmen lust for power, and every day brings a new cataclysm humanity must face.
This world may seem like the end, but for a devil hunter like Dante, it's party time. Who'd expect anything less from the son of the legendary demon Sparda?
A dark knight who, thousands of years ago, woke up to justice and sealed away the demon lord, Mundus.
But then Sparda mysteriously died, and his wife got iced by some demons, leaving Dante and his brother Virgil separated.
Despite a long-gone family, Dante kept a chipper attitude and set up a business dedicated to one thing:
killing demons. And with the blood of Sparda running through him, he's the best in the business.
By harnessing his own demonic energy, Dante bolsters his speed.
His mother was a demon too, or an angel?
Letting
I
him block
forget.
kaiju-sized punches, move faster than a meteor,
and regenerate like an unstoppable force of nature. As long as he has the energy, he can heal from getting shot, stabbed, sliced through. Basically anything.
Even without his regeneration, he's survived heat that would reduce the layman to ash.
But no hunter is complete without an arsenal, and Dante's got one hell of a sword left by his dad, Rebellion. Plus Ebony and Ivory, two magic pistols with endless ammo clips. And they say the perfect gift doesn't exist.
But Dante's full arsenal is far larger and stranger.
Like King Cerberus, a shape-shifting set
Yeah,
of
he got a
elemental
lot
nunchucks,
of weapons.
Cavalier, a pair of buzzsaws that are also a motorcycle, Balrog, fiery fisticuffs for boxing and capoeira, and Navan,
I mean, she won't play Devil May Cry.
an electric guitar.
There's also Lucifer, a backpack of endless laser swords that Dante got after slaying... Actually, we never see how he beat Lucifer.
Yeah, you know someone's a badass when they off-screened the actual devil. Then there's my fave, Dr. Faust, a sentient hat that turns Dante into basically Orville Peck. Oh, and shoots crystallized demon blood.
Dante needed this and much more when he got a warm welcome
It's
from
an
the
actual
brother he
weapon?
thought long dead. In a twist of fate, Virgil was alive, but went down a very different path.
While Dante was partying, Virgil studied the blade, seeking the power he needed to exert his will, even if it meant killing his own
Virgil
brother.
was the guy,
Something he came
bro.
close to doing in their first meeting.
But the defeat only spurred Dante's awakening. He learned to teleport using Trickster, slow down time through Quicksilver, and double-team foes with Doppelganger.
With a slick pose and the right timing, he can royal guard.
I fuck with Virgil the most because he reminded me of Sephiroth so much when I first seen him. I was like, damn, and I'm super Sephiroth and I'm a super Sephiroth fan. So like, yeah, Virgil was definitely a go-to for me.
He absorbed energy to armor up as a dreadnought.
And then there's Devil Trigger, a super form Dante achieves through his supernatural power. By tapping into his inner demon, Dante can fly and gains an enormous boost in speed and power.
Naturally, his rematch with Virgil went very differently, and that was far from Dante's peak.
When Mundus got up to his old tricks, Dante battled the Demon Lord in a vast sea of stars, a universe Mundus created on a whim. Even later, Dante one-shot a stronger alternate future Mundus who had completely merged with the demon world.
So he's kind of a big deal. Literally, Mundus became a living universe just for Dante to shoot him in the face.
Then there's Argosax, a god so astronomically intense he had the power of every other demon in existence, a divine deity of the sun that Dante also shot in the face.
What the fuck?
Oh, that guy!
What Devil May Cry was this?
Funny, so did Dante. Despite how powerful Argosax was, he was just an insignificant Tuesday to Dante.
So it's safe to say Dante had become the strongest around. But no amount of style, pizza, or wahoos could fill the hole in his heart. Sure, Virgil was a power-hungry weeb, but he was still his bro. Beneath Dante's antics, killing the last of his family kinda messed him up.
Until he learned his family wasn't as gone as he thought. It turns out he had a nephew, Nero, who Dante would help get into the family business in his own unconventional way.
And for dead weight, Nero was pretty badass, even helping Dante take on the so-called Demon King Urizen. Nero's Devil Breaker arm can fire light-speed lasers that Dante
Yeah, I played
and
that game. It
Virgil
was
dodged.
alright.
Dante and Virgil can already dodge lasers in their base forms, but when charged with enough demonic energy, they can outright blitz beams over 11 times faster than light.
Nero even survived getting melted down while inside a living statue. It's a long story.
What?
And that's the same sort of regeneration that Dante has, meaning he can survive being turned into a puddle.
So Dante was ready when Virgil somehow returned. Again. And made an apocalyptic demon tree for what else? More power!
Yeah,
With
I don't remember
the entire
that.
world now on the line, Dante had to
Been a
get
while since I played that
serious
game.
and
That
fully
game is a
embrace
beautiful
human
game,
and
by the
demon
way. It's
sides
like Devil May Cry
alike
5 or something like that.
stabbing himself.
Holy shit, Dante has been impaled so much, he decided to make it how he powers up. So he got his greatest weapon, Devil Sword Dante, and became Sin Devil Trigger.
Tired of sifting through jobs that don't feel like the right fit?
Fucking ads.
This is Dante's demon energy at its peak. He can fire lasers with Luce, obliterate with the fires of judgment, and surpass even the legendary Sparta.
But although Dante was totally a match for Virgil, neither of them would budge on their ideals. Both were destined to duel until one was dead forever.
But thanks to Nero and 2 well-placed bitch slaps, they got some sense knocked into him.
Dante realized that if he couldn't make Virgil abandon his
That
ways,
was a cool
he
game
might
at
as
the
well
end.
keep an eye on him. In
This is a
one
good
fell swoop,
ending.
the two severed the world-spanning demon tree and prepared for a permanent departure to the underworld.
You can choose your friends, but not your family. But if that's what it takes to keep Virgil
Then at the
safe,
end, you
or
just
rather
fight a
to
whole
keep
bunch
the
of
world
demons.
safe from
This-
Virgil,
yeah, that
Dante
shit was
will deal with it.
cold.
And all things considered, he's happy slugging it out with his bro.
Yeah, that was a
Maybe
great
happier
Devil
than
May
he's
Cry
ever
game.
been.
Proof that as long as you have the human drive, even hell can become a paradise sweet enough that a devil
Yeah,
may
that's the
cry.
ending right there of the game. That shit was hard.
Well,
That
it's
shit
an
was
emergency. This
hard.
fight's gonna
I
have a
forgot what
banger
he said at
soundtrack,
the
but my
end. It was
headphones
like
broke.
some shit that he
good
always
news.
says.
Prince Clive Rossfield, a man destined to be a dominant, the host to a
Yo.
mighty guardian icon.
I fuck with Clive.
Anybody who's a dom can draw on magic life juice called ether, becoming a big scary monster.
and commanding the element
And
they
this is
embody
one of
to
my
create
favorite Final
storms,
Fantasy games
slay
of all
armies,
time.
and split the sea. Dominants are forces
This game
of
was
nature,
fucking
and
sick.
Clive would be the dominant of the Phoenix.
Well, he was supposed to, but Big Bird said no thanks and instead picked his sick little brother Joshua. Parents don't play favorites, but I guess ancient monsters can.
Despite the rejection and a deep loathing from his mother Annabella, Clive and Joshua were only kind to one another. Clive saw the burden his brother bore and accepted his blessing of the Phoenix in hopes of becoming Joshua's shield.
Meaning he learned a bunch of magic. He can shoot fire, teleport with Phoenix Shift, and took down this
Such
beast
a good
before he
game.
was even out of puberty.
Even without magic, Clive's a capable swordsman, able to boost his speed and perception with precision dodge. But it wasn't enough when Annabella betrayed Rosaria for the Empire of Sanbreque. In one night,
She's a
Clive's
fucking
knights,
bitch.
people, and his own father were slaughtered before him.
Quick, someone use a phoenix down!
Those aren't in this game.
Well, that's unfortunate. But the Phoenix icon sure is, because the trauma of everything made poor Joshua lose control.
Clive wanted nothing more than to help his brother, and perhaps this desire awakened the icon that was in him all along, the fiery beast, Ifrit.
Boy, is Ifrit a wild one. Just standing nearby will incinerate the average Joe. It can make fire barriers, regenerate lost limbs, decimate foes with a flaming spirit bomb, and shatter a walking mountain.
The downside being Clive couldn't control it. He did
This is such a good game. I'm just looking at it and getting flashbacks like, brother, this game is so fucking good, dude. It really is. The cinematics, the gameplay, it's a really good game.
didn't even remember becoming Ifrit or battling the Phoenix in a fight that reduced everything he loved to cinders, leaving Joshua presumed dead.
If that wasn't bad enough, dear old Ma found him the next day and made him a slave to Sanbreque's army. Clive spent 13 years wallowing through life, searching for Ifrit's host for revenge, only to learn the one he wanted to kill was himself.
This revelation
Right.
hit Clive like a phantom train. He thought death was all he deserved for taking the lives of Joshua and so many others. Even so, there was a light at the end of the tunnel. No, not like that.
Thanks to his friend Jill, the outlaw Sid, his doggo Torgal, and a very therapeutic battle with his self-hatred, Clive learned to carry the torch for his brother, fighting the real problems plaguing his world: crystals and racism.
In the world of Valisthea, prejudice is alive and well for bearers.
Oh, yeah.
Basically, anyone who can use magic without special crystals.
So what better way to dismantle the system than to help fellow bearers and destroy the mother crystals ruining the planet, all while picking up some nifty abilities.
Through a mysterious power that lets him absorb icons, Clive took Garuda, an avian with sharp slashes and sharper talons. From Sid, he received Ramuth, so he could summon lightning.
From his bae Jill, he got Shiva to freeze lava and even time itself. With Titan, he can block and absorb blows with earth-shattering fists. From this Dragon Prince, he got
Just
Bahamut
sick.
and some deadly lasers.
And through Odin, he can slow the flow of time and slice apart the fabric of space.
Looks familiar.
With these powers, Clive stepped up to lead the bearers, and even reunited with Joshua, who was alive all along. Surprise!
Clive spent 5 years freeing the land and became hot as hell while doing it. Well, no, not well, yeah, that way, but also through Ifrit. By using part of Ifrit's power, Clive can set himself aflame, activating Limit Break to boost his abilities.
But Limit Break is far from Clive's limit. After absorbing
Okay, that sounds like anime friendship crap, but trust me, it made Clive a badass who could surpass his limits, getting stronger over the course of just one fight.
so much so that, despite struggling against Ultima initially, by the end of the fight, Clive took out Ultimalius, a more powerful amalgamation of Ultima and his entire species, all while Clive was in his base form.
This boy is a
Ultima literally
goat.
became Ultima Squared, but Clive still kicked his ass, using his bonds with his brother, his friends, and his unbridled will.
Go.
Clive killed God in a giant 999,999 damage punch. Okay, so it really was the power of friendship after all. Man, this guy's got a future in Shonen.
Well, except we don't really know what happened to Clive. Whether he
To be honest, it makes no fucking sense. There ain't no way the creator, the God, the one that created you will be losing to you. I don't know. That's a stretch, but it was a good ending.
lived or died, though, doesn't really matter. It was his journey and the world he created that made his life meaningful. Clive's dream of a future where everyone can live and die on their own terms had become a reality.
And his stories were written up in a book by a certain Joshua Rossfield, which he titled Final Fantasy.
Bruh.
The battle's coming
Immaculate
up
story.
next, so call your winner now, folks. Just like our sponsor,
Immaculate
DraftKings.
story,
The NBA
bro.
season tips off, and
That shit
so
got
does
me like,
DraftKings' newest fantasy game. DraftKings Pick
That
6
shit
is
got
the
me in my
easiest way to
feelings
play
just
for big
thinking about
wins.
it.
All right, the combatants are
All
set,
right.
and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time
Bruh.
for a death battle.
Before we start, so at the end of Final Fantasy 16, I don't know if it was just a story the whole time, or is it in the future, or was that just like some fictional story that came to life? I don't know.
Oh!
It's one of those theories I have to do some research on. All right, let's go. I'm actually excited for this game to come out with dog. I'm gonna say they better animated this pretty decent.
Hey, I heard your fiery friend is causing trouble, and I'm in the business of dealing with trouble.
Leave now. I have a god to kill. The last thing that will stop me is a demon.
Oh, he said jackpot at the end. That's what Dante said at the end. Jackpot.
Let's rock.
Fancy yourself a bard?
The moonwalk, that's crazy.
No hiding in the shadows anymore, Smokey. Time to see the light.
This shit hard.
Hell is that?
Just got some competition.
What's up the way Dante though? It's kind of weird.
Still holding out on me? Let's see what your monster can really do.
So the devil cries for more. Let's give him everything we've got! Joshua!
Bruh.
I won't underestimate you!
Almost started mashing on my controller. Well animated.
Please, just once. I need more. It's been a bash, Smokey. Jackpot! I need Ifrit! Not bad. Not bad at all. After a fight like this, that god will be nothing.
Would he kill them? No!
Okay, that was a whole nother level of close, but I think we got the
What?
point.
This was not an easy call to make. Dante and Clive matched each other so
No
closely,
way.
it was hard finding a definitive advantage either had. This is best explained through 3 categories, starting with stats.
Both Dante
Explain.
and Clive could easily beat up universe-busting threats.
Mundus and Ultimalius could create universes at a whim, and Dante and Clive defeated them sans their own super forms. Dante and Clive could both consistently intercept lasers at faster-than-light speeds.
And Dante could always amp up with demon juice to briefly outspeed Clive anyway.
But Clive could match that by boosting his own speed and reflexes through precision dodge. Both were so beyond the pale that neither could definitively overpower the other.
Still, given their crazy powers, you'd think one of their abilities would break the deadlock.
Not so much. Dante and Clive could generally match each other blow for blow, be it to teleport, slow down time, flash freeze the other, block and absorb hits, etc.
And Dante could survive the intense flames of Ifrit. He's dealt with heat like that before.
Though Clive did not have a perfect match against Doppelganger, he did have more methods of manipulating time, both more reliable and abusable, in addition to defensive measures like Ifrit's barrier to fall back on to outlast powers like Doppelganger.
But their super forms evened out. Any edge Clive could get from, say, Limit Break or Ifrit Risen, Dante could match with Devil Trigger or Sin Devil Trigger.
Okay.
In the end, both have answers to most of each other's powers, making it still anyone's win.
Which is why it came down to one major factor: endurance. Just how long could these two keep at it?
While Dante's super forms could undoubtedly keep up with Clive's, there is an emphasis in story and gameplay that they expend a lot of demonic energy.
The longest Dante has battled in Devil Trigger against someone his equal is about 6 minutes, and abilities like Doppelganger, Quicksilver,
6
and Sin
minutes.
Devil Trigger burn through it even faster.
Clive's time in Ifrit Risen isn't limitless either, but it can last longer, fighting for tens of minutes if necessary. But given how close this match is, it's vital. If Ifrit Risen catches Dante outside of Devil Trigger, it's over.
I know what you're thinking. Dante's crazy tough. His healing factor's way better than Clive's. Clive can regen lost limbs, sure, but Dante can heal from getting reduced to a puddle. Couldn't he just tank Ifrit's attacks?
Well, yes, but also no. This is where context is everything. While no
Right.
doubt impressive, Dante's healing has been overcome in the past because it is tied to how much energy he has. Less demonic energy means a less potent healing factor.
Like when he got knocked out for a month straight by Urizen, only surviving thanks to a constant source of demon blood. Hell, overtaxing demon regen is how Dante killed Virgil in the first place.
Even if we assume Dante could get a second wind, it's always possible Clive could get one too, becoming even stronger from pure willpower, just like when he fought Ultimalius.
So, for as tough and persistent as Dante was, Clive was able to endure just that much more to get the final edge.
Endurance.
The devil was in the details, but Clive's
It
victory
came down
is
to
no
endurance.
fantasy.
The winner is Clive Rossfield.
Next time on Death Battle.
I mean, I accept it, of course. I ain't got no choice, but wait, what? Yugi. Action, Yugi?
Subscribe and join as a
Boy,
member
that's
to
for to
see
get his
more Death
ass
Battle.
whooped. Are
Thanks
you
for
kidding
watching.
me? Like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Like, I was really expecting Dante to win. Not gonna lie. Dante's just, he was born a god pretty much, but I guess Ultima made Clive a god too as well. That was a great death battle though. I will say that. It was great animation. Can't lie. Like
Angel's
this
World
was
out there.
one
Cool.
part.
It turns
Where
out
is
he
it
had a
at?
nephew.
Here when they collide. Right there. Yeah. Thumbnail. Kind of wish it was a little longer, but it was still good. Well animated and stuff. I'm not mad at whoever won or whoever lost because I fuck with both of these boys. But I'm looking forward to the next death battle. Yugi versus Ash Ketchum. How they gonna do that? But as always, let's foot it up, aka Be Easy Boy, signing out. Peace, love, and catch me on the next one. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. Peace, love, and keep on watching.